like time for a little Toy Tuesday. We're going to check out a couple of signs and a couple of cool cans tonight. So, anyway, obviously looks a little bit different. I'm sure some of you probably realize we're not at the shop as normal. So, it looks a little bit different here, but that's okay. We still got cool stuff to check out. I'm out at Dad's tonight, so we're going to check out a few things out of his collection. So, anyhow, let's go ahead and get started. Looks like we got some of you on here and ready to go already. Not seeing any comments yet, so we'll see. Hopefully that's all working. You never really know here the way things have been going lately as to how well some of this technology's been working. But anyhow, we'll go ahead and start checking out with some cans, and then we'll work our way into a couple of cool signs that I've got stashed back here to check out. So Peter from Down Under's on with us. GOB's here. Matt's here, ready to go. So anyhow, big job made it tonight. Z-Bear's back, and it is working perfect. Bill Wagaman's on with us. And glad you're all ready to go. We got that, Ryan, so good there. Brian Dispatch is here with us. Tweedly D. Jeff from Ottawa, Canada is on with us. Jim's back. So, anyhow, Tim's on. Great crowd tonight, ready to go, checking out some different stuff at Dad's house. So, we're going to start off with a couple of cans, then we'll work our way into these signs. First off, this is not an extremely rare can. These do pop up, but it is a really cool can. I've seen some of these, and I don't know if some of you have seen them or not. I'm sure Bill Wagaman has seen it, being the toy guru he is. Cox Thimbledrome Glow Fuel. This is actually for gas-powered, like tether car type stuff, or boats. These are cute little cans. Great graphics on this one. This one does have some wear and discoloration here in the middle. But you've got the tether car, the boat, Thimbledrome Glow Fuel, easy starting, fast running. On the back, caution, flammable. Do not use near flame. Good idea, considering it is a fuel. Keep away from small children. I guess that disqualifies most of us. Bill's got one. Yep, I figured you'd be familiar with this one. Like I said, these do pop up from time to time. You do see them occasionally, so they're not super rare, but they are a great can. This one has the original cap on it even. It is a smaller can. It's a half pint. So it's only about 4 3/4 tall and about 2 3/4 wide. So something a little bit different, but still definitely a good can with cool graphics, and that's why we like cans, because of stuff like that. So the next can, also great graphics, something a little bit different. It's a tire patch can, vulcanizing cement. It's actually a paper label on it, but it's got some age to it for the Camel vulcanizing cement. No, Bill, it's empty, so we're safe. We're authorized to handle this one. It's empty, so it's okay for the nobodies to handle it. Camel vulcanizing cement. This is actually a paper label on this can. Now, it's got some markings on it similar to a sign. I don't know if that means anything or not. It says 43-52 on here, like on a sign that 52 would be the year. Don't know about this particular can, whether or not that's the case. But once again, obviously great graphics on the Camel vulcanizing cement can. This looks like a quart. It's a little over 6 inches tall on the main body of the can. That means you're probably not authorized to use it, Bill. I don't know. There's too many warning labels on that for most of us to have one. So, pretty sharp can there as well, with obviously great graphics and colors. Good fire starter for the young arsonist. It sounds like you may be speaking from experience on that big job, but hope the statute of limitations has expired on most of that, and you should be okay by now, but maybe not, but we're hoping. So, the Camel vulcanizing cement can. One more can that we're going to catch before we get into it. I've got a mirror and I've got a sign, believe it or not. I don't know how the paper survived, really. It does have some tears on the backside, but it's not bad, you know. A little bit here and there, but overall not bad. Randy's here with us. This next one, at first glance, it looks like a fairly common can, but when you look at it again, it's a little bit different. It's a mobile lube can. Obviously got the Pegasus on it. What's different about it to me is Mobile Lube for gears. Now, this size of a quart square or rectangle Mobile Lube, not extremely rare, but you don't see 4 gears very often on it. This one has the original cap on it where you could close it or put the spout on it. Double-sided, Pegasus on both sides. Obviously, a nice shine to this one. A little bit of fading in the red down at the bottom, but overall pretty good. So Bill's is even still good. He used some the other day. Yeah, that's true. At least down here we do have a drier climate, and that definitely helps on some of this stuff. So let's move up to this mirror. We actually found this at a swap meet a couple years ago, and I thought it was a really great piece. For you Ford fans, it's the car of the year, the 1949 Ford. This particular one is from the Bryan Motor Company in Howard, Kansas. This thing has great graphics on it. The 49 Ford, it is a 4-door. Zoom the room. We can look at a couple things around here. Red Walnut Farm made it. So if you're a Ford fan, this is a pretty good piece. The mirror itself, Pappy's here. Johnny Z made it. The body of the mirror is about 22, and it's about 12 inches wide. Down here at the bottom, it's got the dealership information on it. The Bryan Motor Company, your friendly Ford dealer in Howard, Kansas. I don't even know where Howard, Kansas is at, but but a pretty cool piece. Obviously, it's got a little bit of discoloration. It's got some bad spots in it. I mean, that's actually a bad spot in the reflective part of the mirror. But, I mean, the thing's 75 years old. What do you expect? Still looks pretty darn good, and the graphics on the car are great. Matt's a fan of the mobile can and the mirror. Yeah, it is a neat piece. So, I was pretty excited when I found this. We actually got this at the Hutch swap meet a couple years ago. I actually snagged this just as the guy was unloading it. So, was kind of lucky to be able to get a hold of this one because it is a great piece. And if you're a Ford guy, it's a good piece. Yeah, phone number 45, that's another good point, Randy. The 2-digit phone number, that really gives you an idea of the age on some of these pieces. Now, I've got one more sign laid out, and this is kind of an interesting piece. It's a local piece, so if you're not from this part of the world, it probably doesn't mean much to most of you. But there's a really cool story behind it, and it's a really neat sign, and some of the stuff is so cool because of the era that it takes us back to. We've got it right back here. We found it at an auction. In fact, I bet you guys remember this auction. Who remembers the 38 GMC camper slash bus slash not really sure what they hacked this thing into? Had the big tall like fairing on it as part of this camper thing that they built that 38 GMC out of. Yeah, so I figure Ryan remembers. I figure some of you guys would probably remember that farm auction. That farm auction was over by Ellinwood, Kansas, about 8 miles from Great Bend. Back in the day, like before my time, like 50 years ago, late 60s, early 70s, there was a place over there called Kimbo, and it was a outdoor dance hall, essentially, outdoor bar, pretty well known. Yeah, field worker brake truck, that's about what it was. Well, this is where this sign came from, was that auction. Kimbo was actually over in this area of where this auction was at. When they listed the auction, they had a plastic Kimbo sign that my dad wanted pretty bad. So my sister and I were going to try to get it for him for Christmas. But obviously Kimbo, yes, I did it. I did buy the 38 GMC. I bought the 38 GMC, 72 International 4-wheel drive. Yeah, exactly, Addie. 78 Ford Super Cab short bed, 84 Chevy half-ton long bed, 48 KB 3 in pieces, and I think there was one other one. But anyway, that was the auction this came from. Now, when we got to the auction, hey, Frank's made it tonight. They had a picture of this Kimbo sign on the flyer, and my dad wanted it pretty bad, so my sister and I were going to try to buy it for him for Christmas. When we got over there, we found another Kimbo sign that they didn't have on the flyer. So I sent Dad pictures of that one too, and he's like, oh, I like that one even more. So my sister and I, we tried to buy the first one. We ran it pretty hard. We didn't get it bought. The second sign, knowing that, thanks, Dad, knowing that there was going to be a lot of local competition for it, we knew it was going to be tough. Dennis has made it. So we were prepared for the worst to try to get this sign to surprise Dad. Fortunately, we got lucky that day. Tractor Mike was at the sale. Tractor Mike said, we're going to make this happen. Tractor Mike said, we got to make this happen. Tractor Mike says, I'm in. Tractor Mike said, I'm part of this deal. So, Tractor Mike jumps in with me and my sister, throws in a whole $1 bill to back the project. And fortunately, with Mike's extra $1, we got the sign bought. So, Tractor Mike did have one problem with the sign we'll get to here shortly. But that's kind of the precursor to lead up to this sign. This sign was actually the rules of Kimbo. Now, I use the term rules very loosely because Dad always said the rules at Kimbo basically consisted of if you could get money over the counter, they would sell you beer. So that was kind of the extent of the rules of Kimbo. Was if you could reach over the counter with money, they would sell you beer. So things were obviously a little more lax back then. So bearing that in mind, we managed to get this sign bought for Dad and then told him we didn't get it bought so we could surprise him for Christmas. And when we wrapped it up, once again, gave Tractor Mike full credit for his contributions to the project when we addressed the Christmas present to Dad on this sign for the rules of Kimbo. The Kimbo regulation sign. And this thing is just a basic piece of aluminum with the rules on it, but it is the original one from Kimbo. To give you an idea on the size of this thing, before we learn about the rules and regulations for Kimbo, it's a basic 48 by 24 sign. So 48 inches across, 24 high. Rule number 1. Drug pushers or users will be dealt with by the law. Okay, I guess that's an obvious, makes sense type rule for the regulation number 1. That would be pretty much apply anywhere. Rule number 2. Anyone causing any disturbance will be barred for the season. Okay, well that kind of makes sense. Rule number 3. Hard liquor, not allowed. Just strictly beer. Now, the 4th rule. Tractor Mike had a major issue with the 4th rule. He did still contribute his $1, even though he had a problem with the 4th rule. The 4th rule of Kimbo was shirts are required, but it did not specify just men. So Mike did take exception to the shirts are required regulation. Fortunately, it did not upset him too badly, and he still contributed his $1 to the project. Signed, the management of Kimbo. So sometimes some of these local type pieces obviously don't mean a lot to people outside of the area, but around here, this place, from what I've heard, was pretty legendary and definitely kind of a cool piece that Dad was pretty excited about. We should put it up at the get-together in April, yeah. Well, hopefully we don't have too many of these issues to deal with in April, but still kind of a neat piece and a cool local piece that we were, fortunate to be able to snag. And like I said, luckily with Tractor Mike's contribution of $1 to help push the deal over the edge, we made it happen. So, I don't know if this is going to sit here or not. No, it's not going to cooperate. So anyway, there's Tractor Mike. Yep, I know that $1 almost put you over the edge, but fortunately, with that $1, we were able to push the deal over the edge and make it happen. So, got to give full credit to Tractor Mike for helping me and my sister out, make that deal go through and make it work. So, anyhow, that's right, Tractor Mike trying to figure out this YouTube, but hey, at least he's on here with us. So everybody give Tractor Mike a shout out. Be ready to go. Tractor Mike is planning on being here in April. So, you guys better put your drinking caps on if you're planning on hanging with Tractor Mike, because I know it's going to be a good time. But anyway, that's what I've got for tonight. Like I said, a little bit different coming to you from Dad's place. We got lots of cool stuff here we can check out too. So David W. made it. So we'll recap real quick for everybody just for a second. For those of you who got on late, the Cox Thimbledrome Glow Fuel for like tether cars. Yep, we talked about Kimbo. Yep. Yeah, with Tractor Mike here, guaranteed to be at least a couple of poor decisions made that weekend. So, the Camel Vulcanizing Cement Can. Mobile Lube for Gears. The 1949 Ford Car of the Year display mirror from the Bryan Motor Company, Howard, Kansas, phone 45. And of course, the local but legendary regulations for Kimbo. Tractor Mike's still taking an issue with rule number 4, but I guess that's just something we're going to have to work around. So, yeah, you missed a few, Randall, but that's all right. We'll catch some more next time. But anyway, that's what we've got for you guys tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, a little bit of different stuff, mixing it up a little bit. We got lots of cool stuff out here we can start working in as well. So, anyway, this weekend, the live, I didn't think about Sunday being Easter. So maybe we'll do the live like on Saturday. If that's cool with you guys, I will put up I'll put up a post prior to that. And I'll try to throw up a couple of shorts to kind of work our way into that. So kind of bear that in mind. We'll probably shoot for Saturday to do the live, maybe Saturday afternoon. Scott from Rebel Driver Garage coming down Saturday morning. So Scott's going to be here for a while Saturday morning. Then after that, we'll try to go wander around the yard a bit on Saturday. So please bear that in mind. Like I said, I will put a post up and probably try to throw up a few shorts to kind of keep everybody reminded. Mike will be in church all week. I bet almost no one buys that. But you can throw it out there. Yep, the Goodyear sign, that's just some stuff that Dad's got hanging on his walls. The Goodyear is a porcelain. The Mr. Goodwrench is 10, but still great pieces. Nut Farm's good with Saturday, so hope that works out for you guys. Be sure to tell your friends that that's kind of roughly what the plan is. We'll see how things all shake out. But I think that's probably going to be better to try to squeeze it in on Saturday than trying to do it on Easter Sunday. Because I know a lot of you guys will have stuff going on. And Tim's good for Saturday. Perfect. Tractor Mike, probably going to be in church. Yeah, I'm glad you're all sitting down when he posted that. But, but anyway, appointment on 2 on your time Saturday. So, well, we'll see. We'll see what time things work out. Like I said, Scott from Rebel Driver Garage wants to be here. He thought around 9 or so. So we'll see what kind of 65 Chevy parts he needs to get rounded up and some things like that. And then we'll kind of play it by ear from there. But that's kind of tentatively what we're looking at. So anyway, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. If you missed the Valentine Diner video from Pioneer Village last night, be sure to check that out. Pretty cool artifact there that they are restoring back to complete working condition on the Valentine Diner. That's right, Tractor Mike will be taking confession. Yep, that's it. Watch from the garage, watch from wherever. It'll be perfect. Hope to see you guys all then. We've got some cool stuff coming up yet this week. I got to get some new inventory out for you, so we'll definitely do that. Tim liked the diner video. It is pretty unique. It is neat the way they're making that thing come back together. Along with the entire concept of Pioneer Village, everything's coming back to life, and they're doing an amazing job with it. So trying to showcase a few bits and pieces and bring it to you guys. So I'm glad you're enjoying that content as well. Mike's goal in life was to be a priest. So it's getting deeper in here, but that's okay. That'll be all right. I'm sure everybody's praying with you, Mike. So, but anyhow, I'm going to jump off. I'm going to get headed back to my shop, get some work done yet tonight, get some things ready, and start working towards that April 20th date. So, had a few more names added to the list. If you're not on the email list and you're planning on coming, be sure to get on there. That way you get the whole schedule of kind of how things are coming together, get the hotel information, and it's going to be a great time. So anyway, looks like we're about ready to wrap this up. Some of you are signing off. As always, I appreciate you being here, stopping by, swinging by, checking out a few cool things on Tuesday night. Mike could sell ice cream at the diner. That'd be a good job for him. And we're going to get back to the shop and get some work done. We'll get some more cool content up for you tomorrow night as well as Friday night. And then definitely hope to see some of you guys on live Saturday. We'll go wander around the yard for a while, check out some of the new stuff that's been coming in. And then, of course, 7 o'clock Sunday night, time for some more Sunday night live chat. We're going to give away those mystery boxes, and who knows what's going to be in them. I'm putting some more stuff in them this week that you guys haven't seen. We're going to yank 4 names out of the big Buick oil can, and you're all going to get a mystery box headed your way next week, plus the extended auction Sunday night. We backed off the auction the last couple weeks, so we're going to ramp it up a bit, skip the magazine, go a little harder on auctions, and I can't even tell you what's going to be in there because I'm going to another auction yet this week. I might find some cool stuff at that auction that may end up in the Sunday night auction. You don't know. But it's going to be cool, and it's going to be a good time. So we hope to see you all 7 o'clock Central Time, Sunday night for the Sunday night live chat. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for stopping by tonight, and we will see you hopefully Saturday and definitely Sunday night if nothing else. Live yard walk Saturday, Sunday night live chat Sunday at 7. So, and I will put a post up an hour or two ahead before we go live on Saturday so you guys have a little bit of advance warning. So, have a great week, everybody, and we will see you this weekend. Thanks for watching.